This is one of the Tai Long specials. I know I mentioned the Mars, but alongside it, also the Shadow Fiend kind of creep pulling cost with 33 first. If you can't make it through, you're not even in the trial.
I mean, you know what they say, the pause 3 and pause 4, they are partners for life, you know? So you gotta make sure you choose the right partner.
Sure, I mean, right now, Oscar and Gardic looking like a very solid partnership, getting the first blood onto Whitemon.
Kill you with the repositioning. And now, he shows himself mid, and now he TP's bot. Ari is coming to gank the beast.
I mean, they might not even need Ari. Spinning onto Repugnance here, dropping very low, the last bit of damage. Repugnance getting bounced back and will get taken down. Here, throwing down the healing ward, last bit of damage. Gardic needs to find the auto attack, but a Fairy Fire, a blast, up to the high ground, the miss. They won't get him. The ball's still gonna try and chase. The slow is there. Gardic, he's a very speedy boy, but Whitemon's gonna be there to help out his carry. Isn't any further chase. One last auto attack is all you need. Pure, is he really going to get away with murder here? Whitemon walks away from that exchange with 2 kills, and Pure's turning it around. He's going for the spin, he's trying for the trade. It's not even a fair one. Pure, Whitemon, and Ari get 3 kills for themselves down here in the bot lane.
Man, I think he actually kind of wanted to die as well, you know, get the kill and die, but...
Has to get off to this good start. Mid lane, look at Tai Lung, bounce back, perfect. BZM in with the Barrel Strike, winding up the epicenter. Will be able to get it off in time before the Requiem tries for a little bit of a raise, but can't find the range, and BZM and Ari will get it done.
Now BZM, even invading the jungle to farm the camps here, with the Sand King, with his shield rune.
I mean, you look at BZM, I'm looking at Oscar here in the bot lane again, just being run at by Whitemon and Pure. The spin, level 3, way too powerful. Now Ari, he's gonna find himself in a bit of a pickle up on the high ground, surrounded by 2 enemy heroes. BZM trying to help him out here. The blast will find him, and actually I believe it was the Nether Ward that got the last hit, but look at this. 7-minute Wisdom Shrine, they're gonna try and contest for it. No epicenter, the TPs have to come in. Beastmaster is going to try and rejoin his team, but can you really fight this? The DK's actually come through the Twin Gates to try and help, but he's far too late. And I don't think he feels particularly confident cutting them off either. This has become a bit of an awkward situation as they'll now make a beeline for Pure, which from out of nowhere catches the Juggernaut by surprise, and Amaru Gaming will finally get themselves something off of that beautiful rotation from the carry. If he can land this full Requiem onto 33, it might be a possible kill, but there's Whitemon and BZM around the area. 33, he's walking almost as if he knows Wits is gonna come through, maybe try and pump pick the stun. This has gotten a little bit strange now. 33, he's got to smell something is up. Something can't be right. Landing a full Requiem onto him, but the immediate just Kraken shell off. Ravage onto 3, it's perfect. BZM with the setup on the side. Epicenter in onto the Dragon Knight, and Gardic will be next to fall as well. What was supposed to be a nice setup for Amaru Gaming, the map becomes so much harder for the supports on Amaru to play. Bot lane being pinged out, BZM looking for an angle. Wants to use the amp damage rune onto Repugnance. The Hawk gonna find him. Actually, he's not making a move in, a little bit awkward there. Ooh, last slash, he knew.
Efficiency, you know, all the pro players just being as efficient as possible.
Sure.
Tai Long.
Lasso now, Tai Long being caught. BZM with the tail end of this amp damage. Not even needing to use the Barrel Strike, he doesn't have mana for Whitemon there to cut him off. The map movement from Tundra has been sublime so far. 5k gold lead at this point, it just continues to grow, and Winter, you've got to ask, what can you even do? 33 now. Left alone up in the top lane, this might be a good pick for Amaru, finally. They needed that.
Pause 4 is what I would deem as the most important position of a team. It's like the soul of the team, you know. A lot of the movements are determined by him. Hang on,
BZM. Oh, Blink Dragon Knight catching him completely off guard. That is what you needed. Here comes the rest of the team. 33. Running in now Gardic. He is in an unfortunate position where he can't really help his Dragon Knight. It's just left him completely alone. And this is one of those things that, you know, it probably is easy to look at Amaru and say, you know, they're messing up the lanes and stuff. But I think part of it goes back to the draft, right? When we saw the Tundra, wow, they're even gonna that's a little bit of hate. Okay. Kind of feels like you need your Dragon Knight to blink in first, but then surely that's suicide. It's just gonna be a Rex for free.
I mean, there's a lasso.
Epicenter, lasso, Tai Lung's dead. Tai Lung's in more than trouble. No save for him as Pure even walking up to the tier 3 tower in the mid to just spin and ward them off. Meanwhile, 33 not bothered by a thing. A bit of an Omni Slash. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll see whether that can happen, Winter. That's, yeah, I don't know. Try for a jump and a stun, immediate Manta off from Pure. Gonna get himself back up to safety. This can get a bit hairy though. You don't want to find yourself in an awkward position. Start off with the stun, but in comes the Burrow Strike, the Ravage! It's devastation! Now this Requiem ain't gonna hit shit right now, and unfortunately an immediate buyback from the Beastmaster ain't gonna do anything for you either. Burrow Strike, Ice Paths all around. Too much stuff on the ground for Amaru to contend with, as they are buying back in spades, but really, what can they even do in this situation? I'm feeling a bit grimy. Maybe they haven't had their evening shower just yet, but the 3, he seems perfectly happy swimming right in front of their faces. Gardic trying to run for who knows where. Not gonna survive that attempt. Gardic with the immediate buyback. They roll up onto Ari, trying for a kill, but Pure, he's gonna protect his support. What a player. Stopping the sharpshooter from coming through, blocking that with his body, and now Tai Lung caught by yet another Ice Path. Wits is back in the fray though, getting the Aegis of that Jug. But BZM there with another Epicenter. It's just too much for them to deal with. They come back through, Omni Slash, cut down the Dragon Knight, slay the Beast, and GG is finally called. Amaru Gaming, that was not much of a Game 1 performance, as Tundra completely destroyed their opponents.
Yeah, Tundra just like one class ahead, or even many class ahead of Amaru. There's no TA. I mean, there's no Ursa, there's no Abaddon. Okay, somehow
there's still the Dragon Knight. There's still the Dragon Knight.
You want to secure lane. This is really, really important. Both sides are doing the same thing. Actually, no, Pure. He's forced to skill his Disseminate to escape.
Oh, is he? My goodness, he's taking quite a bit of damage. Actually, gonna get run down.
My God,
are they going to kill him? And the courier? Okay.
Voice Spirit Phoenix lane. I feel like it's not like the strongest lane, like in terms of synergy, like when you're trying to kill heroes. But it's good at like, I think just securing your own farm, you know. Like the Phoenix is a great bodyguard. He's jumping in.
Oh, look at Whitemon.
He's gonna get a kill here.
Nice use of the Dying Light, walking right back up to the poor Knight Tusk. And that was a bit weird. I'm not really sure what Knight was planning there, because he kind of pathed under the tower randomly. He took a lot of damage, and now Whitemon just decided to jump on him. Body block, like you mentioned, and the stun. Here comes Whitemon. Again, another situation where the Tundra supports, they're just making way too much happen. Snowball in, looking for the kill onto BZM, bringing Tai Lung in, but had a big one on BZM, turning around now with the Dragon's Breath. Still not enough to take down the DK, and now this Tusk, he's in trouble again. Whitemon is gonna burn him up to a crisp, and that is 3 kills for the Phoenix within the first 4 minutes. Gotta hit that level 6 first as well.
Yeah, and 33 is also playing very safe, you know, bottom. He knows the Tusk is missing, just not getting
Whitemon,
anything away.
He's just not stopping. One more Fire Spirits is all it takes. Looks like Oscar will go down. More than enough magic damage. Whitemon is solo carrying this game right now.
Wisdom.
Big Sex in the triangle are spotted out though, so Amaru know that Tundra are preparing this.
Oh no, Oscar, he just TP'd back to the lane. He doesn't want to die
not
here.
Like this. He is absolutely dead, and unfortunately, I'm not sure whether there's anything they can do to stop it. Snowball save, that's a good way to start. Ari is going to come back into a spear. Pure chaos now as Kiros just collapsing onto this top lane. Turns out the Mars not quite as dead as we thought. Dissimulate forced out down to the low ground. And now it's BZM in a very rough position. Amaru Gaming, they learn from their mistakes and they bring the full force. All 5 members come up here to defend right around the 7 minutes. You know, if you're one of those later TPs, you're not making it in time for the snowball save. So whether there was communicator or not, props to Amaru now. A beautiful shot cutting off Ari. Oh man, Wits. I mean, he's starting to power up the disruption. Too many disc starting spells. Yeah, no, you got me all. Yeah, a little bit, but it's all good. Gardic now is the one to secure that kill. 33 being slowed down as well. He still has a hoof stomp. You really have a way of slowing him down. Have to cut him off with that ice shards. That's a Raptor's dance, and beautiful stuff. I mean, they'll get the kill. Amaru, they are starting to come online here. They will lose Knight for it. Say that. A snowball to the creeps, you got a disruption, ice path, beautiful, okay. Forcing objectives other than maybe the Jakiro. Bit of a zip in, Tai Lung. Last hit onto the high ground, no misses there. Gets
I mean, if you can get kills,
the galvanized stacks.
If you get kill off the heroes that are pushing the lane, then you can attack the towers with Jakiro.
But for now, if there's always going to be heroes pushing out the waves, it's going to be very hard. Whitemon actually committing in. Not even going to need to use the egg. Just fire spiriting him down. That is brutal. Whitemon, an absolute beast and pure. He'll get his revenge on Tai Lung in the mid lane. How did he find that?
They are very, very strong in a team fight.
Yeah.
Here comes the
STP is
Mars.
coming in, trying to find an arena. Catches it onto 2. Kez starting to put out the damage as well. Huge macro pyre, burning up the DK. The egg comes in too late. It's not going to threaten anyone. Nice disruption to try and protect it. The egg will go off.
Nice dodge.
Beautiful snowball. Right in the nick of time. Helps them dodge a lot of damage, but it's not enough. Whitemon diving in, busting them all down. Whitemon, he's unstoppable, but is it going to be enough to salvage Pure's life? Walking towards the shield rune, Tai Lung needs to grab it. Doesn't manage to snatch it away from Pure, and now Tai Lung is in trouble. 33 running over, finally connecting with the team, but they weren't able to make the most of that arena play. Sure, they killed the DK, but they have yet to find anyone else. Even Ari surviving on a sliver. Their wits will cut him down to size. Tai Lung using the last of his mana to try and zip out to safety, but Pure will allow him no breather. Another kill being found as Oscar desperately trying to hunt, but the only thing you've worked through is his shield rune.
Alright, so the Void Spirit is going Octarine Core after the Helm of Dong. What is this build?
Sure. Why not, brother? I mean, power to you. You gotta bring BZM up to the top lane, get a free kill onto the Mars. Yeah, I don't know if you can stick around here.
I mean, look at how much of the map they have. You know, they're literally farming everything. If you look at all the dots on the map.
Yeah. Agardix did too. Amaru, there's
BZM.
not much of a game for them to play, to be honest. It's BZM, he does get caught alone. Wits is going to TP in to try and help. Tai Lung looks like he's found a pick, but nice stampede, snowball for the chase. Stomp's trying to help him out. The last bit of damage, the armlet toggle. BZM, are you serious? He's way too good. You can't get him. He's going to toggle again and survive. Turn around, start smacking into the Mars. This Dragon Knight cannot be slain, as he will turn around and lay his sword into your neck. How dare you come for the mid laner? I mean, that voice line says it all. You fought and died. I'm not sure how much honor was involved there, but 33, he'll chase down the storm. How often do you see that? Domination all across the map. The toggles on the armlet were insane as Whitemon burning that Jakiro to a crisp. That ice path is the only thing that keeps him safe, but look at 33. Still chasing in, not afraid of a thing. Using the creep of the Croaker to push up Wits. Nice little Raven's Dance. Is that going to be enough though? Diving forward, magic damage, it's there, might just burn out the tusk. Can you imagine this little ghost creep slowing you down and then you get stomped? Meanwhile, back at live, Ari and the gang have somehow found Wits, killed off that Kez, and looks like the Jakiro's next.
I mean, both sides are smoked up right now. This Void Spirit is very, very tanky. I don't know if he's gonna be a good target to go on first.
I mean, they blink away. They don't want any of this smoke. And they'll just find themselves a free Jakiro, it seems like. There's a spear. Like you mentioned, Void Spirit, very tanky. They're putting a lot of damage into him. He's able to dissimulate, get down, not even to the low ground, but to a safe enough distance. That damage over time from the Kez is ticking, but Solar Crest damage barrier is there to keep him alive. Okay. I mean, I don't even know if they'll get that. Look at the Void Spirit TPing in immediately. They're worried. There's a spear. There's a zip. The question is, can you kill him? I mean, Whitemon, he's shown his presence. Now he's got a Sunray. The catch is there. And oh no, Oscar, you trade your life for the mid tier 1. That's certainly not the good trade. Meanwhile, BZM's taking the Aegis. I don't know. Winter, I really don't know what you could try to do as Amaru. They'll try again. Punch up, but it's really just a bait to take down Ari on the low ground. Can they get out with their lives? That's the big question. Tai Lung able to zip away after the Dragon Knight stun has ended. Creating the distance, looking for a TP, and he will manage to escape. Yeah? Even you ever see a more uneven trade? Tier 1 tower for Aegis and an offlaner. That's painful stuff. Trying to find Pure again, but I mean, Whitemon has just never really left his side. There's the Sunray, disruption from Ari, double saves coming in from the supports. They might be able to take down Ari. Not even! How is he alive from the Shadow Demon? Tyler's desperately gonna chase him, but you're chasing into an egg. You need to jump up to the north. You've already lost 2, and the last 2 auto attacks kill up the Storm. Wits trying to get down to the low ground. Sunray,
oh my
Stomp
God.
is there. Oh my goodness, that's gotta be some of the biggest hooves I've seen in my life. And Pure now gonna chase down onto Garden, even dominating a Croaker just to pump him up into the sky. That is cruel. And it ends up being a full team wipe.
Gotta learn how to play the first 7 minutes. I think this game they kind of improve on the Wisdom Shrine, right? The first Wisdom Shrine, 7 minutes. They brought 5 heroes to defend it. I mean, now the Centaur is not even close to dying after all 5 heroes.
I'm like,
all 5 heroes
the
went on
thing
him.
is, that's the thing, right? I'm like about to cast this fight, and then like, 2 seconds in, I realize nothing is going to happen. Like maybe Gardic dies. You're gonna jump forward, get stomped, get killed. BZM is in as well. Okay, you buy back on the Jakiro. You're gonna try one last little fight here. I mean, all you need is a Sunray or Disruption. There it is, Ari with the save. Macropie is there though. BZM in a little bit of trouble, but he does have that Aegis though. That's the problem.
Still has BKB.
He is running low on mana though. So his effectiveness is going to be dampened by a little bit. 7 taking the Rex. Tundra turning their sights back on that. Now in comes the Storm, in comes a huge Sunray, my goodness! Oh, that damage! Snowball save is not going to be nearly enough. As the Disruption, aggressive this time, you'll buy back on Wits to try and slice up anything you can. All you find is illusions. The egg will pop right in front of your tier 4s. That is going to be it for sure. I mean, Tundra really just playing with their food here. Amaru probably taking some time just to discuss what exactly went wrong. One little arena catches 4, but really it's the Mars who dies in his own ultimate. That's got to be shameful. Catching Wits off of that slash, and yeah, nowhere for him to run. They're just playing around. No harm, no foul. One more. I mean, they're just running into the meat grinder here. Tai Lung, no control, but more than enough damage, and yeah. They'll just wait for every single player to drop before finally calling GG. Amaru, I mean, it's this man on your screen right here, Whitemon on the Phoenix, doing a number on them, taking this series 2-0 again.